Hey folks, this is Ben Gessel. How's it going? I'm back home from vacation. Hope you guys liked the lake video. It's just a little bit over a minute long. This video is just going to be about just kind of impromptu thoughts. Nothing really planned out beforehand. No axe to grind. It's great. Feeling actually pretty relaxed, to be honest. My financial situation is looking really good right now. There's just nothing that's bothering me at all. I mean, I'm feeling overall just great, actually. Some things can be better, sure, but I love a house. I wish that more houses did that. I should mention I'm considering moving in the near future. Sure, I don't know. You know, been here for a while. You guys probably remember, if you've seen some of my oldest videos, might remember when I was in my old place. I've been in my current place for quite some time now. It's a nice neighborhood, of course. Yeah, this video is just going to be about general stuff. I was going to mention I wanted to do I'll still do a video, I think, about Kitsap Peninsula forest type stuff. But, I don't know, just thinking around to it. The family and stuff, you know, so. But the thing about being out in the forest, it's really different. When you get out away from urban areas, everything is different. And you know, Mason Lake is very nice, and you know, there's all the houses around the lake. The lake itself is kind of the focal point, and they're a little I wouldn't say urban, but there are places that have a few more houses in the not too far vicinity. I mean, there's Shelton a little ways away. And there's other little places like that here and there, but it's basically forest. And it's just different. But it's not... I mean, there are places, of course, that are even more remote. Like upper British Columbia. much Alaska sort of thing. A lot of Wyoming. You know, Wyoming is kind of ranchy stuff. There's those places, or Montana or something, there's those places where there's just nothing for miles and miles. I mean, when I say nothing, I mean there's not too many houses, just log cabins out in the middle of nowhere. And out in those kinds of places, it just takes a different kind of person that would really enjoy living in those places for a long time. Let's talk about that, actually. That kind of thing. I mean, I have both streaks in me. I have the rural side of me, and I have the urban side of me. The side of me that is like, oh, job, money, which isn't not really how I am, but I need money to buy food and other stuff like that, and all the other things in our modern American life. If you live in a developed world, yeah, that whole thing. But you know, you don't really need all that stuff. In a way of speaking, it's just a question of what you... It's always a question that's like, if you have a car, you need insurance. If you don't have a car, you don't need insurance. And you know, all this stuff. Life is very complicated. The less complicated you make it, in my opinion, it's a great idea, but a great thing to do. But, yeah, so, I mean, the urban side of me is very connected somewhat with the performing in orchestras and stuff. And, you know, teaching music lessons, and there's just more people. When you have more people in a smaller geographical area, it's nice because, you know, you can make more money. Sorry, there's a car here. Something wrong here. Someone's pulling in. Not sure what they're doing. Oh, they're pulling it back in. And so yeah, I mean, most of us live in urban areas simply because that's where all the money is, right? So I think if a person really doesn't care about money, or if they have enough, they just, you know, are like, I'm gonna go retire, right? All people are retired, or people that just abandon civilized life, so to speak. Those kinds of people that want to get away from it all, you're going to be found in places that are rural. And the other farmers and stuff. A little different. It's like the rural side of me is that side that wants to get away from it all. We get people that are walking late at night. One sec here, folks. My opinion, anybody who owns a really small dog like that yips at night, they need to put a muzzle on that thing. I'm just kidding. Chihuahuas. I don't know. What were they thinking in Mexico when they made the Chihuahua breed? I don't know. What were they thinking? Well, it's just that Kitsap Peninsula, part of why I'm saying this is, see, so my dad has a cabin up there. When I say cabin, I mean like a big house. It's big. And so the focal point of a lot of activities that my family, my dad, mom, and my siblings and their family, their kids, or whatever, the focal point is often the lake, which is fine. I just get bored with water activities a lot of times. I have to kind of it's fine, it's refreshing. If it's a really hot day, it's, once you get into an actual lake, it's like, oh, a little cold, and then it's just like, oh, this is nice. But it's just, you have to kind of be in that mindset of not wanting to do something creative. You have to be more, get in the water and just, have fun. And I'm off into that creative mode or thoughtful mode. I'm gonna probably go back this way. But, it's just, there's not there's not a lot of things to do. The problem, the great thing about urban areas is that there's generally a lot to do. But much of what we do in urban areas is more indoorsy, or it's, video games, or it's music, or it's something academic, or it's, sitting in front of a computer doing work of some sort. It's something like that. Or, there's all the athletics and things too, of course. When you get out in the country, there's just less to do, in a way, until you're like, oh, let's go chop some firewood. There's always things to do, but it's often not quite as brainy and intellectual. So if you have all the brainy intellectual things, you can love being out in the country. But I'd be curious as to people that live out in the country that are very intelligent and creative, and that idea of writing a novel kind of thing. The peace and quiet is very appealing, but then you're way away from civilization. So good luck trying to find a really you know, great Asian or Indian restaurant or something like that, or, you know, you might find a, I don't know, Bob's Burger type place, or a country breakfast shack or something. You might find something like that somewhere, but it's just different. So it's just like, you know, I sometimes get bored out there, even though it's very therapeutic in many respects. And I don't know. I'm not really a huge fan of incessant, loud kids' voices as well, but I'm not quite as prickly about that as compared to some other folks. But, oh, there's that bark smell. By the way, I don't mind, in a way, when people put out that fresh bark stuff. We all do that. Everybody does that some level. It's just when you walk right past something like that, it's just like, oh, what a glorious smell that is. It's not all that bad. I just don't like the smell of manure, of course. But that's another thing about too. There's the country boy farm thing. There's just being out in the forest, which is a little different. But because I don't like poop smells, really, I don't like animal poop smells. This is probably why I'm not a farmer in that regard. I'm not a rancher, at least. I could grow crops and stuff. I could have small animals. I've heard chicken poop isn't so great smelling. But, yeah, cow poop, man. Man, I don't know. But I do love animals. Animals are great. It's just, yeah. So I probably wouldn't be the first person to want to get a ranch in Wyoming. Not the first person. So yeah, I'm trying to get out here and walk a bit more. As things hopefully get a little cooler in August, I'll probably be doing a bit more of these kinds of videos. Incidentally, in case you guys are wondering, I can show you if you guys really want to see it. I have a six-pack. It's not super obvious, but it's always more obvious in the morning, of course. My body has changed for the better. I'm definitely leaner right now. My stomach is flat. I have 3 times the energy I used to have barely just a few months ago. I don't know what these idiots are doing, by the way. Sorry, folks. Apologize about this. Hear this car screeching sound. It's called somebody needs to have their car looked at. It's not waking up people in the middle of the night. I love that house. Keep raving about that house. I know. Anyway. You know, the toughest thing about family get-togethers is when you have to leave. I'm very close to my parents, and it's just never easy. Try not to, I don't know. It's nice when I can see you more often, of course. But yeah, I mean, if only there was more things to do. If only there was a park nearby or something. The whole place is like a forest. I mean, you could go down trails maybe, but there's not really a whole lot of trails, and it's just kind of, we have things in the cabin. We watch movies and stuff. There's a hot tub, but we can get more. And it's a trampoline, but that's I don't know, a basketball court. I don't know. So I'm always talking to my parents about, let's go do this or that or this or that or that. This is why I think at heart, if I had to go with a country boy or a urban city slicker, I'm probably more than 50% city slicker. Unfortunately, I want to be more of a country boy, but I'm just not. I think I just get bored too easily. But I can very well be a country guy, mountain man. I'm just probably not a farmer. So, you guys take care, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.